आपने
Rashid,
कर्नाटका में
I
देखा,
was
तेलंगाना
also
में
reminded when you mentioned that it's a 30-second video, it may not have an impact. It took me back to 2024. Remember Lok Sabha elections when the Faizabad candidate made a certain comment on Samvidhan, two-third majority and reservations? That led to a huge furor against the BJP. BJP tried to say that it was misquoted, misunderstood, we are not changing anything. But I remember in Bihar, it made it at some level a huge difference in the sense of narrative. So for you to say 30-second video here, do you think this could actually be spreading like a wildfire and could make a dent too? Because just to say he's ailing and doesn't care, I don't know if it holds forth, because this could become the BJP's pitch.
Absolutely. Pooja, you're absolutely right. And that is where I think, Prime Minister's own sort of, trust factor, his own credibility, therefore he's highlighting it because he's sensing, he's sensing his party's, chances. And there is, a kind of in caste equations. Of course, the Yadavs are not seen to be very sort of, politically favorable to Dalits and Mahadalits. So this is being played, but whether it will make an impact or not, I'm not so sure.
Mahima, how do you make of what the BJP and the NDA basically is a double engine sarkar? That's what Prime Minister Modi is banking on. They believe the development plank, the Vikas plank has come, it has convinced. Now it is important to tap into that base that has been associated or has been supporting the Mahagatbandhan. And if that also goes, what happens to the future of the Mahagatbandhan? And all of that will not be because of the Congress party, but because of the RJD and its supremo.
Pooja, you see, political intent is very instrumental in governing states and governing a country, and that the BJP surely lacks. The BJP spokesperson, while he boasts and gloats that he's been fact-checking, he's not fact-checking himself when, he counters me for saying that his ancestors, the ancestors of his party, burnt effigies of Baba Sahibs. Just because Baba Sahib burnt a Manusmriti, you know what the BJP and their ancestors and their the Sanatan outfits, what they did. They actually on Baba Sahib's Mahaparinirvan Divas, which is a venerated day for all all those who devote him, all the devotees of Baba Sahib. 6th of December, they went on to do the Babri Masjid. You know what the BJP did? They actually conducted a dummy. Their ancestors, again, because this is just an old wine in a new bottle. Their ancestors actually conducted a dummy funeral of Baba Sahib's to oppose the Hindu Code Bill. So here are the spokespersons of that party, of that thought process, of that mentality, coming out and today trying to leverage on Baba Sahib's name. No, we would not allow that. And Baba Sahib would have not allowed that. Baba Sahib who burnt the Manusmriti, and Baba Sahib who in his last speech, as I quoted on your show earlier, said that the Congress party has every right to take that credit because without the Congress party...
Shehzad wants to intervene. Shehzad, that'll be the closing comment because I want to go to Amitabh Tiwari also after that.
Look, you've heard a whole range of vague statements. My ancestors actually fought the idea of Jinnah and stayed in India with Ambedkar and Nehru. So I don't know why you're abusing my ancestors. Having said that, I'm quoting what Ambedkar ji said about Congress, 1948. Joining Congress will be suicidal. This has been published in a newspaper. She has no facts. She speaks about Manusmriti. Ma'am, I did not interrupt you. Ma'am, I did not interrupt you. Please have civility.
Okay, quickly, Shehzad.
She spoke about Manusmriti. As far as I checked, Pooja, nobody runs this country on Manusmriti. But there is a minister in the Jharkhand government, Hafizul Hassan, who said, for me, Sharia is above Samvidhan in the Waqf issue. Have they removed that minister? And have they taken a stand on the removal of 370, by which first time Jammu Kashmir has Indian Ambedkar constitution? On that, entire debate has been over, but she has not taken one stand that yes, we support removal of 370. This is their true face.
Amitabh Tiwari, because I understand. Yes.
Counter there, Pooja, you will have to allow me a counter.
Go ahead.
The BJP spokesperson has been peddling lies on your show, Pooja. You see, today he's saying, I am glad to hear from one of the BJPs coming out and say that we are not running this country on Manusmriti. It is good to see these people who wanted to change the constitution today bowing down before it.
It's been running on constitution.
Because that is what Baba Sahib designed it to be. And I have quoted a speech from 1949. Look at the staleness of his statements. He's going on to 1948. I have quoted his final speech, a whole paragraph. It is out there on the internet. People can go out and read it. I'll send it to you for your convenience.
Why didn't you give Baba Sahib a Bharat Ratna?
it would have been chaos without the Congress
Okay,
party.
why didn't you give Bharat Ratna to
Unfortunately, won't be able
to B.R.
undo that.
Ambedkar? That's what BJP is asking. But here, as Ambedkar is the big issue, Amitabh Tiwari, let's have these numbers and the data that we talk about with regard to Bihar, because I'm sure this is going to escalate further. Tejashwi Yadav has given out a very controversial statement referring to the PM and the CM. But here's what I want to ask you. How do you think Dalit, Mahadalit group, or the backward groups as we call it, or as they form an important factor in Bihar politics, will make a difference when such videos surface and resurface by the BJP?
See, it definitely puts brakes on Mahagatbandhan's efforts to woo the Dalit community, which is a very important vote bloc, and the MGD has and the Mahagatbandhan has been lagging amongst this vote bank. Now, it all depends upon how far the BJP pushes this, how long the BJP makes it an electoral issue. As you mentioned about the constitution issue, it did not seem to be a very effective issue for the opposition in the beginning, but it did play a role. So we have to see how the BJP takes it forward, how this video is spread amongst its WhatsApp groups, and what sort of messaging it is trying to give to the SC electorate. They could emerge as the kingmakers because Mahagatbandhan faces structural issues. It is
Correct.
not able to expand its vote bank beyond MY. So in this context, the SC vote is very, very important. And the stigma of Jungle Raj somehow has stuck to the alliance. The party or the RJD has not been able to shrug it off. And also the symbol issue. The lantern somehow lacks modernity. So these three structural issues Mahagatbandhan faces, and they will have to work on these issues to make it a very competitive election and win the election if they wish to.
Without a doubt, I can tell you Bihar politics and Bihar elections always have been one of my favorite elections, because that's where it's about rhetoric, issues, and a very intelligent public also that comes to the fore. We'll be tracking more on that. I want to thank all four of you for your views and perspectives. It spread far and wide to other states of the country as well, but that's perhaps in many ways is reflective of what Bihar politics and its election results can decide too.